A bad economy can crash business. And so if you are looking for a business to start in 2025, but then you're worried about how high the current inflation rate is, you're worried about the cost of living crisis, you're worrying about all these things having an effect on your business, you're afraid to lose your money. So if that's the case, I have 7 business ideas which will work well in any type of an economy. These businesses will thrive no matter how bad the economy is. When the economy is even better, the business will even do much better. It will also do bad, it will also do very good in a bad economy. And so if you're looking for any business to start, this video is for you. We're going to talk about 7 business ideas that will do well in any type of economy. And so don't forget to like the video if you agree with what we talk about, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that we can continue uploading content like this for you to watch. Okay, now let's dive straight into the video. Now, remember that this video is for only infotainment purposes only. Make sure you do your consultations, consult any advice that you need to get before you take any of the ideas in this video. Right, so let's begin. Now, the first type of business we're going to talk about is food and agriculture. When it comes to food, food is a basic necessity for human beings. You cannot choose not to eat as a human being because you will die. Your body needs the nutrients, you need the energy, you need the protein. Parents need to eat, children need to eat, any category of person needs to eat. Poor people need to eat, middle income guys need to eat, rich people need to eat, everybody needs to eat. And so when it comes to food, it's a necessity. The production of food, that is farming, the sale of the farming produce, then also the preparation of the food. All these areas are essential for human survival. And so if you are interested in entering into that industry, there's a lot of promise for it because Ghana as a country cannot produce all the vegetables that we need for our own consumption. We don't produce all the rice we need for our own consumption. We're always importing. And so any of these industries are good for a newcomer to enter. Now, if you want to enter into the sale of food, the thing about Ghanaians is that if you're able to prepare food and the food is nice and the price is good, also have a very good location, you will make money because you can target foods that Ghanaians love to eat and buy on a regular, like fried rice, wache, kuku, jollof, kenke, kelewele. If you get a good location and you sell any of these things, you are just good to go. Don't forget the popular what we call kebab, also quite popular. I mean, if you're able to get a good location in terms of food business, you're good to go. Now, when it comes to the production side, you can look into short-term crops like cucumber, okra, pepper, green pepper, chili pepper. All these vegetables are very good and they have very good promise. We also have carrots, cabbages. I mean, some are easy for beginners, some are not easy for beginners. If you like to learn how to grow pepper and cucumber and okra, I have these 3 videos on our platforms, and so they are there to assist you. If you like to get a farming business plan also, you can link up with us for the consult for that purpose. So that deals with the food and agriculture side. Let's go to the second business. And the second business is in the healthcare and pharmaceuticals. When I say pharmaceuticals, I'm referring to pharmacy shops, licensed pharmacy shops. You can go into the wholesale or retail of drugs. You have to get your license from the pharmacy council and get a good location, and then they'll guide you through the whole process. You register your business, do all the things you need to do, get your drugs, and start selling because human beings need life-saving drugs to save their lives. I mean, the thing about health is that no matter how, health is something that people will borrow money because they need to make sure that their relatives, their loved ones, and even they themselves will not die. And so health is something that is always going to be in high demand because human beings don't have a choice because they always needed to stay healthy. And so you can look into pharmacy shops, licensed chemical shops, licensed herbal shops. You can go into even building hospitals, all these things, and then don't forget labs. The labs are also making a lot of money from conducting tests that doctors need to look on to continue treating their patients. And so all these become very viable businesses. So that's for the health sector. Now let's go to housing. Now, affordable housing and rents of shops have become very huge deals. Now, when it comes to housing, I mean, apartments are now the thing. A lot of people are building apartments now as previously. I mean, because of the same piece of land where you could have built a 2 or 3 bedroom house for yourself and your family, you could have built an apartment, and that apartment can take maybe 10 people, 12 people, each paying you rent of 200 to 300 cedis a month. Depending on the kind of area you are in, you can get 1,000 a month, you can get 2,000 a month, depending on the area, the kind of place you build, the kind of furnishing you do. These days we have already finished apartments where all the person needs to do is just bring in his clothes. All the TVs are there, fridges are already there, ACs are there, fans, everything are already there. The person just needs to move in, that's all. There's already furniture there. So that's why those are already finished apartments. And so we have short stay, we have Airbnb. I mean, because of what happens in Ghana during December, when it gets to that period, already finished apartments are in very high demand. And so it's quite a good industry to also enter. So that's for the third idea. So let's move on to the fourth one. Now the fourth one is mobile money and fintech services. Now, mobile money has changed the game when it comes to financial inclusion. You know, in Ghana, we used to have a problem where we have a lot of unbanked population. Majority of our population is unbanked. Now, with the introduction of mobile money, a lot of people are now getting access to financial services that only the banked and only people who are in the formal sector were getting access to. And so things like loans that used to only access by going to microfinance or going to a bank, and they will ask for your bank statement, and then they will disqualify a lot of people. Now mobile money has made it possible, because now, for example, MTN has its own loans now, Telecel has it, and so now a lot of people have access to loans on their phones. They have access to investments on their phones. They have access to pensions on their phones, all because of mobile money. It has changed the game when it comes to it. So then the fintech industry in Ghana is booming. A lot of services can be provided in the fintech industry. And so if you're somebody that is tech savvy and you want to help in fintech, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of things that still need to be done when it comes to our fintech in Ghana. And so you can look at it, come up with innovative solutions to solve particular needs in the fintech space, and then you make a lot of money. So let's move on to the next one. So we are going to business number 6. Now, business number 6, we're going to talk about retail. Now, essential retail services, not all retail, but the essential ones. When I say essential, I'm talking about things that are always needed at home. Things like cleaning items, when I talk about cleaning items, I mean detergent, soap. When we come to household items that you always need, when it comes to food items for household like rice, I think things that are sold at provision shops and supermarkets in Ghana. I mean, these are things that are bought on a daily basis. They are put in the classification of fast-moving consumer goods because these are things that households don't have a choice but to buy. The households need to buy these things, and so they are called fast-moving consumer goods. And so these are things that you can look into doing as a household. Sorry, not as a household, but as a business idea to supply the households in your area. So for this business idea, you just need to look for an area that has a lot of residents staying there, a lot of apartments, a new area, and they have a need like that. Then you could put up a shop to supply that kind of need. It's quite simple. Now let's go to the 7th one, which is actually a very, very interesting business of mine, and that I'd like to talk about because a lot of people feel like that area is saturated, but it is not saturated, it's actually booming. And that is in the transportation business. Now, transportation business, there's a lot of ways you can go about it. There are people that are into what you call buying of cars for Uber drivers to use for what we call work and pay purposes. So they buy the cars, they give it to the drivers, they double the amount, the drivers work and pay for it. After a certain period, the car goes to the ownership of the driver, and then the one who supplied the car gets his money. The driver gets a car, the person who supplied the car gets his money. Quite simple. Or you can go into the buses, which are used for journeys like Accra Kumasi, Accra Koforidua. I mean, basically for those journeys, Accra Accra, anywhere that, Accra Cape Coast journey, all these transport services are quite in high demand. Or you can get a bus that could be used for trotro purposes. Or you could go into the car rental business. And the car rental business, I think about 2 years ago, a saloon car like Toyota Corolla used to be rented for 200 to 300 cedis a day. Now 650 cedis or 600 a day just to rent a saloon car. Yeah, that is how much it has advanced. That's how much it has advanced. And so it's quite a good space to be. Or if you go to the bus rental, I think if you want to rent a Land Cruiser right now, it's between 1,000 to 1,500, depending on the time and the season, or even the year of the car. Some cars will even go above 2,000. That's down for the luxury cars. It's even worse. It's a luxury car space. There's a lot of money in it, and so the transport business has a lot of promise because people always need to move from place to place. There will always be occasions like funerals, weddings, international conferences taking place in the country. All these things, influence the demand for car rental services. People will always need to go to school. Some always need to go to work, and so transportation is always a must. It's something that you can't deal with as a developing society or as a developed society, and so it's always going to be in high demand. And so if you are something that you are interested in, that industry is also for you. So we have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so that whenever we upload content like this, you're one of the first people to see it. See you guys next time.